We learned over the weekend how a Donald Trump fundraising scam has imploded, but not before Donald Trump was able to trick supporters and grift them out of millions, actually really tens of millions of dollars. Now, you might be saying, you told us about this, David. You told us about how after Trump lost in November of 2020, he raised, what was it, 70 something million dollars with the idea that he was going to use it to pay for recounts, fight the results, support Georgia's Senate candidates. What were their names? I'm even forgetting Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue. And instead, he kept the cash and he used it to pay off campaign debts and all of this other stuff. Right. That's true. That's all true. But a bunch of those millions that he raised came from people who weren't trying to give him any more money, whose intention was to make a one-time donation, but they were billed again and again and again. And once again, right-wing media is silent on it. Republican elected officials are silent on it. They're looking the other way. Maybe because some of them are using this same scam and we just haven't heard about it yet. So here's what happened. The New York Times has a full report explaining the ruse, and it goes like this. Donald Trump knew he was in trouble last fall. Publicly, at every rally, he would say, oh, we've got, look, I've got great marks here and I've got all these polls and we're winning everything. And of course he wasn't, and he knew he wasn't. But not only was the polling not looking good, the fundraising was looking terribly. Fundraising is not a matter of opinion. It's not, well, Rasmussen says this and Ipsos says that and the truth is in between. No, you know how many dollars are coming in, and they were in trouble. So what the Trump campaign started doing in September was to set up recurring donations for online donors so that the donations would keep happening every week up until Election Day. Now, understand that in principle, there's nothing scammy about a recurring donation. If that is the norm, if that's what's expected, if people understand that that's going on. It's not the norm in political contributions. If you sign up for cable with Comcast and you're told this service is $75 a month and every month you keep having cable, you expect you're going to keep getting billed. That's the way it works. We all, for the most part, understand that. If you sign up for a gym membership and they say, beautiful, it's $40 per month. And that includes access to, the weight room and you expect that each month your credit card is going to get hit with a $40 charge. That's what you expect. In political donations, the default is you donate once and that's it. And the Trump campaign started setting up their fundraising website back in September to, by default, make whatever you donate a recurring weekly donation. You had to go through a fine print disclaimer and then uncheck a box that was checked by default to avoid your donation being a recurring donation. And then as the election closed in, Trump's campaign did even more to hide the disclaimer and the opt-out. And they even introduced a second pre-checked box, which I'm going to show you in a moment, known to them as the money bomb, which increased a person's contribution automatically, programmatically going forward when individuals intended to make just one donation. So check out what this looked like. It's too huge. I'm showing it to the video audience. I know if you're listening, you can't see this, but it's two huge yellow boxes with a bunch of bold text, which are checked by default. And the bold text is all Trump will win, win, win. But then at the bottom, not in bold, it says, make this a weekly recurring donation until November 3rd. And then there's another one of these yellow boxes with tons of bold text about Trump is a patriot. You're a patriot for donating. And then at the bottom, not in bold, an escalator. Donate another $100 automatically on October 9th. Can you imagine? You know how we have these borderline illegal membership discounts that I offer people, even though I'm at risk of going to prison because these deals I'm offering you are so good? We offer these discounts. If you use the coupon code BETTER21, you save 50% off forever, right? Our discounts are forever. Trump did the opposite. It's like a reverse coupon code. It's like if I had a $60 membership and then I hide a box where your next renewal goes to $120. Don't worry, I would never do that to you. Our discounts are permanent. The scam netted Trump millions. And of course, some people saw it on their credit card and they filed a chargeback but tons of people did not. And incredibly, tragically, there are individuals who fell for this who were too sick and in the hospital to fight the charges, but the charges just kept coming. One guy named Victor Amelino, 78-year-old Californian, he made a $990 online donation to Trump in September, and then it recurred 7 more times, adding up to $8,000. And he told the New York Times, quote, "I'm retired. I can't afford to pay all that damn money." Now, some of the money ended up being refunded. Some people successfully disputed the charges. Many did not. These refunds coincided with a surge of donors calling credit card companies saying, "I am a victim of fraud. I've been defrauded by Trump fundraising." A Wells Fargo fraud investigator said, quote, "It started to go absolutely wild." Now, this is not for me about, oh, feel bad for Trumpists who got suckered, because the truth is they got suckered by Trump in terms of even supporting him politically. And then they got suckered again with the fundraising scam. Okay. Someone wrote to me and said, "David, screw them. They were dumb enough to fall for Trump's campaign anyway. Screw them on the money as well." Okay, well, maybe, but this isn't really about that. This is about how at every opportunity, Donald Trump ran his campaign like a multi-level marketing scam, like Trump University. And this is part of Trump cares about his supporters only as far as they are useful to him. Remember, during the January 6th Trump riots, one of the reactions Trump had as the coverage continued was that Trump felt the low class and sort of coarse nature of his supporters was making him look bad. That's how Trump views his supporters. He doesn't view them as people with whom he's morally and politically aligned, who he wouldn't dare scam. These are mostly people that, as a rich dude from New York, he spent his life trying to stay away from. And he will gladly scam them. And he did. And he scammed them on fundraising. And his entire presidency was a scam. So this has now been exposed by the New York Times. The fundraising, I don't even think this is the end of the fundraising scams. I think there will be more. Let me know your thoughts. You can find me on Twitter at @dpakman. We are back from vacation, and there is so much to talk about today. One of our sponsors is privacy.com. They're giving you $5 when you sign up for their completely free service at privacy.com/Pakman. I've been using Privacy for a little over a year now. You've heard me talk about it before. It's a lifesaver, and here's how it works. It takes just a couple of minutes to set up. Anytime you buy something online or on the phone, instead of actually using your real credit card number, the Privacy app and the browser plugin let you give each company a randomized virtual credit card number that you create out of thin air. It'll even autofill the card number with one click. And the payment is taken out of your checking account without the merchant ever knowing your real information. So this allows you to keep your banking information secure, but also to take control of your finances. You can create up to 12 of these virtual credit cards a month. You can set spending limits. You can freeze them. You can delete them anytime you want. So when you do this, it means you're not going to be charged when you don't want to be, because you can destroy the virtual card number right after using it, which, for instance, I love using free trials because I know I won't be charged when the trial is over if I use a virtual credit card number. You're keeping your identity private by not telling companies who you are. You're keeping your bank or credit card info protected against data breaches and identity theft, and it's free. And like I said, you'll get $5 to spend when you sign up at privacy.com/Pakman.